Hello and welcome to the third event of the 2018 Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship. My name is Aaron Thompson. I'm joined now by Sandy Stuvik, driver coach for F4.
Hi there.
Thank you for being down here with us, Sandy. So we're going to get you to all of the action in Race 1, fueled of course by Petron in just a moment. But before then, let's have a quick walk down the pit lane and see if we can see anyone to talk to.
Yeah, it's great to be back in India. It's a fantastic country. Lots of excitement, lots of new drivers coming up, lots of ambition. Since we ran here 20 years ago with Naren Karthikeyan, the Indian ASN has also won their own F1 Grand Prix. So it's fantastic to be here today at the Madras Motorsport Circuit, and let's look forward to a great day ahead of us.
Thank you very much. And now let's get up to race control and we'll watch the start of the race. Down the starting grid and in pole position we have Alessandro Ghiretti, Kane Shepherd alongside him, Muiz Mushaffer in third, Luke Thompson in fourth, Anton Potti in fifth, Aidan Wright in sixth, Alistair Young and Rio Kamikado bring up the rear. And the red lights are on, I believe, which means any moment we are going to have the start race. I can see the 5-second board has been put out. Everyone's revving their engines. 5-second board is in. The lights are on, and as they go out, we are underway. Alessandro straight away making a lead, diving across the inside, blocking Kane Shepherd into turn 1. Looks like Alistair Young trying to take an outside line.
Luke has gone up to third after Muiz has had.
Is that Alistair? I think he's into 6, just ahead of Aidan perhaps?
Yep, Muiz down to fourth, unfortunately, after his not so good start.
We can see the pink car just behind. Is that Luke Thompson who's got up in the third position? Very good. He's going to come and attack Kane Shepherd now in the number 3 car just ahead of him. And Muiz Mushaffer, of course, is not going to let him get very far. He's going to have to try and make a move sometime soon. Sandy, before the race we were talking, it's a very difficult, complex track, this Madras Motor Race track. Where do you think we can see some overtaking maneuvers?
It's going to be difficult. Most of the corners are third or fourth gear, so no heavy brakings. We'll probably see some attempts on the chicanes where it goes from left to right. Maybe we'll see some dive bombs there.
We can see them running a little bit right there. I think that's just coming out of turn 7, turn 8 there. Number 28, Alessandro Ghiretti still in the front of the pack, followed by Kane Shepherd, Luke Thompson, Muiz Mushaffer, number 7, that's Aidan Wright, and then Alistair Young, and number 66, that's Anton Potti.
Yeah, Alessandro looks like he's
very
already...
wide there by Rio. Is something going to happen?
Oh.
No, he managed to keep it on the track. He keeps going.
Stays on. Alessandro looks like he's already pulling out a small lead over Kane, but let's see what he can do to answer it.
So here we can see the pink and yellow cars of that's Aidan Wright and Alistair Young. And Alessandro Ghiretti now coming back down the back straight. That's turn 12 you can see. And Alessandro Ghiretti, brilliant first lap. Kane Shepherd just behind him. As they come across the line, we should get the lap times now in just a moment so we can tell you where is everyone at and what the difference is. But coming now down, we can see, very wide there by Alistair Young in the yellow number 22. He spins around, but he keeps it going.
Lucky to stay out of the wall there.
That's turn 2 there. That was turn 2 where Alistair spun off. We got a quick replay for you of the action there. So he just goes wide, hits the curb, spins around twice. So we can see the front of the pack again now. That's Alessandro Ghiretti and Kane Shepherd coming through turn 5 there. Now up into turn 6. And then the big sweeping U-turn, turn 7. Do you think there's any chance we can see 2 wide into turn 7 sometime this weekend, Sandy?
I think that might be difficult. There's quite a complex section leading up to turn 7, but maybe into turn 8 after that back straight.
So you can see Muiz Mushaffer is still battering Luke Thompson for 3rd position, and Aidan Wright is taking advantage. He's catching up to the young Malaysian just ahead of him. As they go through, that looks to me to be turn 9 that they're coming through now, and you can see the front of the pack. This is Alessandro Ghiretti leading us into turn of 10, another big U-turn just before we get up onto the bridge. So just an update, as a result of Alistair's trip through the gravel trap, it looks like he's been pushed back to the back of the grid. I saw his yellow car there just a moment ago. Coming back down now the main straight, everyone's just crossed the line and we have 13 laps to go. We can see Anton Potty there in the orange number 66 car. Coming around just behind Aidan Wright. Of course, Anton was a newcomer the last event, but he's got some experience under his belt now, and we saw he was actually second overall last event, so hopefully he'll be back up on the podium again this weekend.
Yeah, this is a very difficult circuit, so it looks like Antoine is still getting used to it. It's a very technical circuit where the drivers that know the car very well are going to do well, and that's what we're seeing here with the 2 blue cars.
And of course, as we said, no one from our team has been to this track before, so it's a brand new circuit. It's a level playing field for everyone. It's everyone's first time out. It's the first race for every F4 car on the grid. Alessandro leading us through there now. You can see Kane just behind him. It looks like at the moment Kane is about 4 tenths. I'm sorry, have Kane and Alessandro switched position? Did we not see that? Nope, sorry, our timing screen must be slightly out of date. Alessandro is definitely up in front. You can see him leading us now through again. This is the second last corner, turn 10, turn 11, up over the bridge there. And coming down through turn 12 now to take in, this would be 12 laps remaining at the end of this lap.
Last lap, Kane set the fastest lap of the race with a 37.9, so it looks like he's catching Alessandro.
You can see Luke Thompson, Maurice Mustafa still battling it out there, neck and neck. Maurice not quite able to find a way to get past Thompson ahead of him. As we said, this is a very difficult track to make an overtake. If you were Maurice, where would you do it? Oh, a little bit wide there from Alessandro.
I think I'd do it.
Oh, there's been a spin. Oh. That's yellow. That's number 23.
That's
Maurice Mustafa. Can he keep it going? Looks like he's okay. Maybe he's going to get beached there. If he stops there, that's a very dangerous position. They'll have to call out a safety car, but no. I think he's got his car moving again. Yep, we're all okay, so racing continues. 46 here, this in the pink car. That's Rio Kamikado now. So that puts Rio back up into 6th position, I believe, if I'm not incorrect, with Alistair Young and another Malaysian, Maurice Mustafa, just behind him. Coming down here now, we can see it's the final straight, turn 9 up to turn 10. Alessandro a little bit squirmy on the braking. And Luke Thompson, now he's free and clear. He's going to have to try and track down Kane Shepherd.
Yep.
But Anton Potty is right up behind Aidan right now. So hopefully in a few laps' time, we'll see him make a move. Perhaps coming down into turn 2, you've got a bit of braking coming into turn 2, turn 3,
bit
just
of
before the kink.
Also turn 3, an unexpected dive there might grant you a position. So let's see where Antoine is going to plan this one.
So coming down now, this means we've got 11 laps left to go. So Sandy, can you take us through a lap? So what kind of speeds are you hitting down the straight? Where are you braking coming into turn 1?
Down the front straight, I think they're hitting about 190 kilometers per hour. They're barely shifting up to 6th. It's quite a short front straight. But then turn 1 is a very fast sweeping. And
is there any braking through turn 1 or is it flat?
No, turn 1 there's a small braking just to bring the speed down a little bit. And then into turn 2 we'll see a heavy braking. Turn 3 as well, also a heavy braking, but one that requires a very good exit to that long straight.
So coming up into turn 4 now, maybe turn 4 you can see an overtake opportunity between Potty and Wright. Another place where there must be heavy braking coming into sweeping U-turn of turn 5.
Yeah, also setting up into turn 7, there's also quite a long straight towards turn 8, which is also another heavy braking zone, so we could see something there.
So it looks to me, Sandy, that Kane is closing in on Alessandro. He was a little bit further back last lap, but he seems to be right up behind him now. But we know that qualifying, Alessandro only did 1 or 2 laps, maybe 3, so his tires are a lot fresher than the Thai driver just behind him.
Yeah, and I think in these hot conditions that will definitely pay dividends.
Kane Shepherd and Alessandro Ghiretti back on our screens now. That's turn 10, coming up into the bridge. You can't see it from this angle, but it is a pretty significant jump up that bridge coming back down and into turn 12. Turn 12, is that flat out?
No, that's also a braking corner. I think it's down in 4th gear. Looks like Kane is closing in. should be interesting to see if he can get close enough for an overtake.
What we know from Kane from the last 2 years is that he's very, very cool and calm and collect under pressure, and he's just going to sit beside Alessandro and wait for him to let him get past.
Yeah. So this should be very exciting.
But of course, the French driver just ahead of the tie is, well, we know he's an experienced hand now. He's got an event championship under his belt, and he's got 2 more events as well. So he's probably the main competitor at the moment for Shepard to take the overall champions trophy at the end of the year.
Yeah, it's looking like a close fight between those 2 drivers, both of them driving immaculately both yesterday and today. So this is shaping up to be a very interesting race for the championship.
After the qualifying yesterday, where Alessandro managed to break into the 137s, did you get a chance to have a talk with any other drivers like Kane and Muiz to see where they could improve their times to get down into a similar pace?
Yeah, we looked at the data together, and mostly Alessandro did a fantastic lap where he was just pushing all the braking zones super late and really using the grip of that new tire. So, no, very well driven by him.
So did you get a chance to look at the theoretical best lap? What does it look like? Can we get into the 136 around Madras Motor Racetrack?
It seems, looks like we've
got yellow flags,
yellow.
And I think that's a safety car. Yeah, that's a safety car board, which means somebody must have gone off somewhere and is stuck. I can't see on my screens where that has happened, but we'll get you the information just as soon as we have it. So Alessandro now with, I believe it's 10 laps to go. Is that 10 laps I see down there? Perhaps it's 9. Yeah, 9 laps to go. So with 9 laps to go, Alessandro Ghiretti leads the pack from Kane Shepard, Luke Thompson, Aidan Wright, and Anton Potti. I just saw 23 go past us. That's Muiz Mashafa, so he's okay. So it must be either Alistair Young or Rio Kamikado who have gone off. Oh, the pink car there coming out of turn 3. That's Rio Kamikado. He's stuck beached there. Car number 46. Perhaps nobody's managed to get it moving again. Good on him. He's kept the car running back onto the grid. Oh, watch out there for the yellow car. Be careful. How do you handle that, Sandy? Because in these cars, a lot of people don't realize the young Japanese driver there, he would not have been able to see the yellow car just behind him.
Yeah. The mirrors on these cars are very small, so you only see a small space behind you. So he will have had to use his spatial awareness to try to find out where that yellow car was.
Is there a procedure for that? Are the marshals pointing it out to you, or you just need to be careful and get back onto the track in your own time?
No, it's you have to be careful when you re-enter the track, and also seeing as we are in a safety car period, it's also good to be courteous to the other drivers. You see somebody entering the track again, you'll give them a wide berth.
Have you ever been driving the safety car around ahead of a Formula Car grid, Sandy?
No, never actually. I've only been sat behind one. So.
What kind of pace does it set? Is there a speed limit, 100 kilometers an hour, or?
I don't know, but when you're the driver sitting in those Formula cars behind the safety car, I can tell you it feels way too slow. So you're always trying to get the safety car driver to speed up, so that you can keep the temperature in your tires. But, there is a safety car for a reason, and that is to make sure everybody is safe.
So just to update you, I can see that Rio Kamikado has rejoined at the end of the grid, so we can go racing again in just a moment. I believe the safety car lights will go out at turn 7 if it's coming in, which it looks like it has already done.
Yep.
The double yellows are still being waved, but I can't see the safety car anymore, which means I think we're going racing, and it looks like that's the case because Alessandro Ghiretti coming down very fast down the back straight, coming across the start-finish line. Number 7, that's Aidan Wright. He has managed to move up into... No, I'm sorry, he's still in 4th, but just behind him we have Anton Potti in number 66. Of course, there's the green flag being waved, meaning we're racing again. Coming down through turn 3, no one close enough to make a move.
Nope. Looks like Luke is close to Shane.
Luke's very close to Kane now. Kane's dropped back. He was right up behind Alessandro for the safety car, but Alessandro had a great restart, and now Kane's going to have to defend from Thompson, and while he's trying to think about how to catch up to the Frenchman in front of him.
Yeah, very difficult position to be in when you're trying to chase the guy in front, and you've also got somebody chasing you as well. So this will require a lot of precision from Kane to make sure he doesn't lose a position while also trying to gain time on the leader.
But as we've said, of course, Kane Shepherd is the rookie champion from last year, and he's back this year because he wants to be the overall champion. But what we know from Kane is he's cool under pressure. This is not going to bother him. He's got this in the bag. He knows what he needs to do. Finish the race, take second place if you have to.
He's a very calm and collected driver, and I think that's very important to keep a level head when you're driving, and we can definitely see that with Kane.
Coming through now, that looks like just coming into turn 10, I believe. Luke Thompson, the pink 42 car, just behind Kane Shepherd, followed by Aidan Wright, car number 7, just behind him, and Anton Party, and is that Alistair Young, number 23? No, sorry, that's Muiz Mashaffer, number 23, just behind him.
Ooh, Luke.
Now what happened there? Was that Luke braking late or Kane going inside, or?
Difficult to see from this angle, but looks like Luke was braking a bit late, trying to get closer to Kane and try to use some of that slipstream down the front straight.
You know, in Sepang 4 weeks ago, we had a few first times. We had a 2 wide going through turn 7 and 8 with an overtake between Kane Shepherd and Luke Thompson, and maybe Luke Thompson is trying to pay back Shepherd with an overtake through turn 12.
Yep, absolutely.
Shepherd there still leading Luke through turn 4, just behind Alessandro Ghiretti. The purple car number 7, just behind Thompson is, of course, Australia's Aidan Wright, and just behind them Anton Poddy. So I want to see something happen between Poddy and Wright in the next few laps. We've seen Poddy get up on the podium before. We know he can do it, but he's been struggling a bit this weekend, just a little bit further behind his friend from France, Alessandro Ghiretti. But he set a personal best at the end of qualifying, so he's up there. He knows what he needs to do.
I think driving in the pack will also help bring him up to the level he needs to be, because now he's in contention. He's fighting against the other drivers, and that definitely improves your racecraft as well.
You can see Shepherd there riding the curb into that is 9B coming into turn 10, the big sweeping U-turn before the right-hander of turn 11, up over the bridge. Does having a bridge in a Formula car make any difference? Do you do anything different? Do you brake or?
No, not really, as long as the bridge goes
sort of
straight up.
Hold on for dear life.
Yes, the downforce kind of keeps you down on the track. Now it looks like Aidan Wright is making a move on
42. Luke Thompson and Anton Poddy trying to take advantage. He's got the inside line. That's going to put him in a brilliant position coming into turn 3, and Anton Poddy is taking the move as well, and then terrible. And Muiz Mashaffer making a move as well. Oh, brilliant racing, but Luke manages to take it back. Muiz lost a lot of speed going through there, couldn't defend afterwards. But Luke Thompson, that's terrible luck, losing 2 positions. And now he's stuck under the grips of Muiz Mashaffer, who's right up his tail, and Muiz is going to have to try and make a move. He's got to get back on the podium. He's going to make a move here coming into turn 4, not quite close enough.
All these corners lead into each other, so once somebody overtakes you into one, you're compromised for the second corner, and that was what we saw with Luke just now, where he lost 2 positions.
Exactly, I couldn't have said it better myself. The Malaysian, he saw the opportunity, he took it, but it just lost him too much speed and he couldn't maintain.
Yeah, it looks like he lost the rear under braking, and then, he's already broken the traction and can't exit the corner.
So just an update on the positions. In the race lead, we have Alessandro Ghiretti, followed by Kane Shepherd, and now it's Aidan Wright in 3rd position, followed by Anton Party, and then Luke Thompson, and then Muiz Mashaffer. And further back down the grid, we have Alistair Young, I believe, in 7th position, and Rio Komikado in 8th. So coming up down now, we can see just coming over the bridge again. And that's Alessandro Ghiretti, of course, leading us through turn 12. They're very close there. You can see some of the drivers are about in the middle of the track, and some of them are riding the curb. What do you suggest? What's the best line through there?
I think definitely being as close to the curb as possible, because it's a high-speed corner. You want to use as much of the track as possible. And seeing as this is quite a narrow circuit to begin with, you definitely want to maximize all that track width.
So we saw Luke Thompson try and overtake Kane Shepherd through there 2 laps ago, but could he have done it? Was there a way past?
I think you have to be very, very close to make a move here. So
we can see Alessandro Ghiretti's pulled out a bit of a lead now from Kane Shepherd, and with only, I believe it's 4 laps left to go at the end of this lap, the young Thai driver might not be able to get into 1st position, but that's okay because he's got 2 event championships under his belt. So all he needs to do is keep going, make sure he finishes the race. He can't afford any DNFs. That's the main thing. We saw in the last event, of course, Alessandro Ghiretti had a brilliant event at event 2. He was on position to be event champion, but in the final race at the weekend, unfortunately, he didn't manage to finish because of a collision with Moise, which damaged his air compressor. So he, of course, had a DNF, and that put him in 4th position in the weekend. So these drivers, everybody needs to, there's a strategy involved. You have to decide, okay, do I make that move for 1st position? I could crash, or do I hold 2nd position? And
Yeah, definitely depends on where you are in the championship. If you're fighting for the lead, then you want to be cautious and play it safe, especially when you have some room, some margin, like Kane does. But no, definitely all these drivers are here to win, so it's good to see that we see that determination in their driving today.
So we can see there the drivers coming down the back straight again, and yes, that's 4 laps left to go, and of course Alessandro Ghiretti is still in the lead. We can see Antoine Potti there in 4th position, Luke Thompson and Moise Machaffer just behind him. We've seen some moves coming through turn 3. I don't think he's close enough, but he's going to try it. He's going to try, and he's got the upside line. So coming into turn 4, what's that going to mean at turn 3?
Just out of our shot now.
They're going to be on the top right, and he made it. He held it. Very nice driving. So Luke Thompson from 3rd position for about 10 laps. Now in the last 3 laps, he's lost it all. He's back into, I think that's 6th. He must be good. He must be furious in the car.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no worse feeling than just falling down the grid. So he'll definitely try to regain that position from Moise.
Can tire degradation be coming into effect now? Because of course we can see Alessandro seems to be pulling away a little bit at the front of the grid, and we know that he has much fresher tires, as we said. So is that why Kane can't seem to track him down? But having just said that, Kane does seem to be closer coming into turn, I think that's turn 9B there, just before the sweeping 10 U-turn.
Yeah, tire degradation will definitely play a factor here because the conditions are so hot and the tires will be going through a lot. Alessandro will be able to keep his tires a bit better because he has no air or wash from the car in front. So all the cars behind him will look like they struggle with a little bit of understeer during this race.
So he's very wide there, and then coming in, didn't quite touch the curb that time. Of course, you got to remember in these cars, they're not road cars, they are Formula cars. So if you hit the curb and you hit every bump, every lap, you're going to break something. So you got to manage your car, and you got to manage your tires, as we've been talking about. And we can see Anton Potti is right up, Aiden Wright. That's Belgium and Australia battling for 3rd position. Is something going to happen coming into turn 3? Kane Shepherd there leading us into turn 3 just now, and right behind him, we're going to see what's going to happen between the Frenchman and the Belgian and the Australian, but not quite. He was right up behind him, and Moise as well looks like he's getting a bit of a lead ahead of Thompson. He's going to start tracking down number 66 ahead of him, but with only 3 laps left to go at the end of this, I don't think he's going to manage it.
Oh, he's looking close, so you never know what could happen. He's trying to keep the inside through 5, now going into 6 and 7.
Come on, I want to see 2 wide into turn 7. Come on. Almost, not quite, but he's going to set himself up for another opportunity at turn 8 and 9.
Yep. Looks like he's close. Got some slipstream.
Where are the drivers braking there? 200, 150?
I think just after the 50, actually.
Just after the 50.
Down to 3rd gear, and then turn 9 is just a small lift.
So I heard from some of the drivers that it's not like in a road car. You actually have a pressure. You're told, okay, brake 50 bar at this point, brake 100 bar at this point. So you actually have to train them and train their legs so that they know what 50 bar feels like and they can hit that exactly. Yes.
When you're in the car, you definitely have to hit those pressures to get the maximum efficiency out of the brakes. So
coming down into turn 1, what kind of braking are you doing? Just a light tap? Is that 5 bar?
Yeah, it's a very light tap at around 5 or 10 bar. And then into turn 2, we'll see pressures go up to about 80 bar.
Okay, right. So we can see now that Shepherd in 2nd position leading us through turn 3. I don't see a blue car. Yeah, no, a blue car in front of him. That's Alessandro Ghiretti. So everything is the same up at the front, and you can see the leaders have got a good gap back to 3rd position. But of course, Aiden Wright and Anton Potti are still battling out. Anton, as we said at the beginning of the race, he always manages to find his way onto the podium, and he is right up behind Aiden. They're side by side into turn 4.
Can he make it around the outside?
Oh no, and he's lost a lot of time. Lost a lot of speed.
No grip on the outside of the racing line here.
Looks like there might have been a little bit of dust kicked up, and he's went a little bit squirrely, and now you can see he's really sacrificed some time. That's terrible news for the Belgium driver.
It will be difficult for him to recover what he's lost now in just 2 more laps, I believe.
So you can see here they're about to break just after the 50 mark, as Sandy told us. And no one's quite close enough this lap. Perhaps Anton should have waited for that corner for his go, but in motorsport you can only take what you're given, and he had to go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is what this championship is about, giving young drivers a platform to get experience in a proper race car, in these F4 cars, and they're great cars to learn for the future.
Like you said, Sandy, they are all the same car as well, so it's not like in other championships where you see some teams are dominating and the other drivers don't really have a chance. The whole thing about Formula 4 Southeast Asia is everyone's car is exactly the same, and you can check everyone's data to make sure no one has an advantage over you. So it's just about developing your racecraft and creating the F1 stars of the future, really.
Yeah, absolutely. This championship is fully focused on the drivers, and it's good to see the level of the drivers here today.
So of course as well, everyone's on the same tires and everyone's on the same fuel. That's the Petron Blaze Racing engine oil, and of course the Petron Blaze 100. And you can see Anton, wow, Anton's made the time back up, and he's going to try and make the inside line through turn 4. Very good driving. And Muiz as well is now right up behind Aiden.
Very nice.
So that's 3 drivers in the last 2 laps battling for 3rd position. Can Muiz make anything happen with the Australian driver? Where's he going to do it? Not through turn 7, but maybe through turn 8. There's going to be the big braking point, we know. You can see the cars now coming just at the top of your screen, orange, pink, and yellow.
Doesn't look like he's quite close enough. Let's see if he makes...
And number 28 there in the blue car, that's Alessandro Ghiretti, coming all the way from France and leading from lap 1. Indeed, leading from qualifying when he broke into the 137s. Coming over the bridge, coming through turn 12, you can see there, beautiful car with his livery, the Petron Blaze, and of course Fuji Xerox as well, coming down through, and you can see the checkered flag. And that's it, Alessandro Ghiretti takes the win, followed by Kane Shepherd in 2nd position.
And Antoine Party.
Wherever he leaves the door open. To be honest, I think it'll probably be mostly down to the start, and if I'm ahead at the start, it's not too easy to get by here, and it should work fine from there.
Well, with that, really, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the end of the first race of the weekend here at the Madras Motor Race Track. So from me, Aaron Thompson, and
from me, Sandy Stuvik,
thank you very much.